Hello and welcome to the Congo Hour. My name is Trippy. Wayne has the evening off, but I am joined by my super co-hosts, Aaron and Ivan. They're going to help me throughout the show to interview all of our guests. As you can see, first we have our student of the week, Miss Ariana. She is here with her brother and her sister and her mom. And we're going to talk about all of Ariana's accomplishments in school. We're going to talk about her limousine ride and breakfast. We're going to have some fun, right?
Yes.
All right. Also, we have some ladies coming on to talk about their 45th high school reunion from Wilmington High. They're here to talk about that, and they're going to give us some information on how we all can support them and be a part of that. County Councilman Jay Street is here, and also candidate for Wilmington City Council at large, Emmanuel Magruder is here. So we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk about some community issues. Hopefully Aaron and Ivan can stay with me throughout the evening so we can just kind of chop it up and let people say what's on their mind.
You staying?
Aaron's staying. Both of y'all are staying. You don't really have a choice. As always, we're gonna have our community news. We're gonna have our funeral announcements, and we'll have some birthday shout-outs also. All right. So again, I want to thank you, Aaron and Ivan, for stepping up and helping me out this evening.
Thanks for having us. Well, me.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It's only we got a packed house tonight.
Yeah, we
man.
do, but we have until 9:30.
Okay.
So we have some extra time. So we're gonna take our time and just.
You
have
bring your
some fun.
flats, Aaron?
For what?
Because we're gonna be here for a while.
We're gonna be here. No leaving. So Aaron, let's talk. I wanna talk about you and your accomplishments and what you're all about. I mean, you're no stranger to the city.
No.
So, yeah, not at all. So I mean, you're a community activist. You're a Dell State Hornet. That's right. That's right.
Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Erin Hutt, born and raised Wilmington, Delaware. I am a Hornet. I graduated Delaware State University with a degree in business management, and then I received my master's in public administration in 2013 from Strayer University.
Okay.
I'm really big on community development, community involvement, specifically youth engagement and youth development. So I do work with Mr. Street at Hilltop Community Center.
Okay.
Organizing programs for the evening program. I have worked with the Achievement Center, tutoring guys to get their GED who have been recently released from prison. Who else have I worked with? I've worked with United Way. I've worked with West End Neighborhood House. I've worked with a ton of people. And then I have a nonprofit, Chains Incorporated, and we do Delaware's 40 under 40 and 20 under 20 for phenomenal students like this young lady.
What about people over 40?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
All right, so Big I, thanks for coming. Man. We're gonna skip right over. We're gonna
Just stepped over that, huh? Like, the heck with you then.
Yeah, Big I from DETV.
Yes,
thanks
man.
for joining us, man. We
Man.
really appreciate it.
Man, thanks for letting me be here this evening.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I mean?
so tell me about DETV. Tell
Well,
us about it.
DTV is something that I created, that we created, that that highlights everyone in the neighborhood, everyone in the community, from Greenville to the gutter. I just figured that there was no positive news outlet big like the News Journal out here that's going to the hood. So I said, the heck with it, let me go, let us go. Because we don't have a WJBR, a WILM, a WSTW.
Right.
Only thing that we have, basically, the Congo Hour that's telling us what's going on, and Delaware Black. But in the interim of putting this together, I realized, why don't we just make it the whole Delaware, the whole Delaware, so whites and blacks and people of color could all come together and just share what the positive stuff, and hopefully bring back humanity, so people can stop looking at color and start looking at character.
Okay.
So that's what DTV is, man, in the short.
And congratulations on your Delaware Black Award.
No, I got to say I appreciate it, but thanks to you. You did something. Did you see what he did?
We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk.
No,
the
Okay,
focus
this is what he did.
We're not talking about that.
And it's
We're talking about-
integrity.
No, wait, what did he do?
It's just integrity right here. I'm getting off the plane from Charlotte, right? And when I went down to cover the protest, and my phone goes off, and I'm and it's Trippy saying, like, yo, there's a new media company in town. Really appreciate what he's doing in the community, and we thank everyone for 15 years of service for what we're doing. But I'm stepping down. I'm voting for Ivan in DETV. So that was like almost I shed a tear, right?
Nah, you deserve it, man. I mean, we're not even in the same league. I mean, you have a whole different passion than what we do here on the show. I mean, I do. People do appreciate the Congo Hour, but what you're doing, I think it just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But it's things like the Congo Hour is people like you, your father, that actually allow, and Channel 28 that showed blacks, people of color differently, and getting the news out. So no, if it wasn't for people like you, I wouldn't have the inspiration that I had to start DETV. So
that.
no, that award is us. We can split that.
Okay, all right. That's the deal. We didn't forget about you.
No.
I see they got carried away. I shouldn't have brought them. Tell the truth. That's right. That's right. So welcome to the show. How are you?
Good.
You doing okay?
Yes.
So you want to let everyone know how old you are, what school you go to, what grade you're in.
I'm 11. I go to First State Montessori Academy, and I'm in 5th grade.
5th grade. Okay. And who'd you bring with you this evening?
I brought my sister, my brother, and my mom.
And what's their names? What's your sister's name?
Nevaeh,
Nevaeh. What's your brother's name?
Josiah.
And you were all triplets, right?
Yes.
All right. Shout out to Mom.
Yes.
Clap it up for Mom. Mom, I know you must be extremely proud of
Yes.
Nevaeh and all of your children.
Yes.
Veriana, I'm sorry, Veriana.
Yes, I
Must
am.
be. You must be. Do you know why you're here tonight?
No.
Yes, you do. Were you surprised when I picked you up in the limousine?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Okay, you're here because your mom really appreciates how well you're doing in school, how well you're doing at home. She just wanted to recognize you and show some gratitude for you doing so good. So you probably should thank your mom, right? All right, go ahead.
Thanks, Mom.
So who are some of your friends that you brought with you?
I brought Ava, Anna, Annie, Reagan, and me.
Okay, all right. Did you guys have a good time?
Yes.
You did? All right, that's good. That's what it's all about. Now you have to keep up the great work, right? All right. Nevaeh, how are you?
Good.
You doing okay? All right. And Josiah, how are you, young man?
I'm doing good.
You doing okay as well?
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of sister is Ariana? Is she okay? She's
You
pretty
can tell
cool.
the truth.
She's more than okay. She's the best.
Oh,
Aw,
all
that was
right.
nice.
All
Look at
right.
you.
She's the best.
Ariana, what's your favorite subject in school, and why?
Math,
That's my favorite.
because I might get to learn more, even though that I'm bad at it. Like, it took me 2 multiplication tests to get to division and 1 division test to get me to mixed facts. So I'm stuck on mixed facts.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right, that shows your determination, right? You didn't give up, right?
No.
Good job. Good job. So what's next for you?
School.
School? What are you gonna do? Do you like playing any sports?
I like basketball.
Are you any good? Who's the best out of the 3 of you?
Me.
Me.
Oh, number.
Look at her face.
We have to have a little tournament to see who's the best.
So I want to hear about the limo ride. I want to hear about that. Take me back. What happened? He picked you up, and what happened? What was the day like?
It was daylight, and I didn't know who he was at first. So he said, "Do you know who you are?" And I said, "No." He said, "Do you know why you're here?" I said, "No." And then he said that he was Mr. Congo Trippy. And then I said, "Oh." And then we went outside to take some
Everybody know
pictures.
Right.
And we got in a limo, and my nanas was inside with my sister and my friends. And we went to McDonald's, and we got whatever we wanted.
What did you get?
I got a mixed sausage, a hash
Oh,
brown,
you got breakfast.
a hash brown,
Oh.
and orange juice.
Was that your first time in a limo?
No, I was in a limo for my nana's wedding.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, okay.
And then we got dropped off to school, and we took a video for Facebook for Facebook Live.
Oh, wow.
Was all your friends outside and they saw you get out the limo?
No, my friends and my sister and I were in a limo. I invited my friends.
Oh, okay.
They have a
Nice.
car line, so
Oh,
the other kids saw them.
they
pull
got
up.
to see you.
So
What
you
did
was a
they
rock
say?
star that day.
Yes.
That's right. All right, Mom, you want to say Anything before we go to break?
Nope. I just want to tell Ariana to keep up the good work. You've come a long way, and the best is yet to come.
That's right.
Oh.
So all three of you keep listening to mom at home and keep listening to your teachers, and you're gonna be great. All right. That's a deal. We still got to figure out who's the best in basketball too.
It's obvious.
But none of them play
Obviously,
basketball,
she
which
said.
is why I'm confused.
I'm good at basketball. I play at school.
They dance and he plays football.
Yeah, I'm good at
Okay.
ballet.
Are you? Where do you dance? Where?
Christina Cultural Arts.
Oh, you do.
Shout out
All
to
right.
Christiana
We
Cultural
had,
Arts.
We had a recital.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun,
It was.
except it was a very long time until we danced.
Okay. You have to be
I
patient,
did
right?
praise dance too at my church and at this Christina Cultural Arts, and I also sing on the choir and the praise team.
So when do you have time for basketball?
At school at recess.
Oh, okay.
So, yesterday we was at Delorentino, and when they started playing the music, I was dancing, and Mom was recording me. And Mom said I'm a really good dancer, and I need to be in dance classes.
Awesome.
What church do you go to?
Union Baptist.
Union Baptist.
Oh,
Shout out to
Union
Union
Baptist.
Baptist.
Yeah.
What's your
And I'm
pastor's name?
also an usher.
Pastor McAdoo.
Pastor Matt. You're an usher? Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
All right. Yeah,
I'm
have
like
it going
one
on.
of the youngest ushers at my church.
I'm sure you are. All right. All right. You want to give anybody from church a shout out?
Yes,
Go ahead.
Pastor McAdoo for Pastor Appreciation.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Appreciate the pastor. All right.
Mhm.
I like to shout out Pastor McAdoo for Pastor Appreciation and Miss Sana for teaching me how to keep the rhythm and like sing on the alto and teach me how to sing. And my mom for telling me like how to get the beat to praise dancing and showing me different things that she did as a child.
And also Joshua for his 16th birthday today.
Yes. Happy birthday, Josh.
Yeah, he's
Happy
still gonna get your
birthday.
hits.
I would like to shout out my dad at first because he came in a very long way. He helped me. He taught me how to be a man and how to grow up. I would also want to give a shout out to my mom for always being there for me.
And
I
Miss
want to give a shout out to Ariana for coming from a long, long, long way.
Thank you. And I like to shout out Mr. Jure. My dad. He's in the hospital right now, and I'm praying for him. And I also want to thank my dad for stepping up to be my stepdad, and I love you much.
Y'all gonna make me cry.
She's fighting back. I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing?
This is
I
awesome.
want to appreciate my stepdad, aka my dad, because he really stepped up, and I love him so much. And I hope he's safe in the hospital. And I want to thank my mom for always being there for me, and for struggling from highways and helping me be mature and turn into a young lady.
And my mom for making me this child, because I'm brilliant.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Oh, my
All
goodness.
right.
We're going to have to go to break because I'm going to start crying. Because you ain't the owners to see me cry. But this is, you got
Everybody cries on TV. So.
That's good. It's okay. So it's okay if I cry. All right. Thank you.
I'll pay to see that.
Oh yeah, and my teachers for helping me from last year.
He said break.
Oh,
No, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and my teachers and my friends for helping me for this school year, because I'm doing good and I'm improving my behavior. And I hope this year I get straight A's, because last year it wasn't that good.
But this
I
year is
like-
good.
Yeah.
I like to also shout out Mr. Congo Trippy for taking me on a limo ride and bringing me to school and really surprising me, and my mom for setting up the surprise.
You're welcome.
You know, I got a free gift card for anyone on social media right now. We'll just just tag Congo Trippy. Everything. A $15 gift card to Logan House. If they could just Congo Trippy.
Congo Trippy.
Everybody in my class was like, "Wow, you was on a limousine," and then my papa said limousine. I said,
Alright,
"Papa, is that from back in the day?" Because I'm used to it being called a limo.
Oh, right, right.
You guys are one of a kind, well, three of a kind. And Mom, you also have a set of twins, huh?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We left them home.
Yes. I like to shout out my baby brothers for being such a pain today. Yeah, I would like to.
Mom over there.
Wrap
it up.
Anytime.
Mom's in charge. All right, well, thank you. I have a certificate for you too, Ariana. Okay, so this is for doing so well at home and at school. Okay, so you can take this and hang it up on your wall.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right, thank you again, and you guys just keep listening to Mom and Dad, and you'll be back here again for another limousine ride. All right?
All right.
All right. We're going to take a really quick break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Well, it's your main man, Big Eye, the talk of the town, Mr. DTVCH.com, and my home girl.
Aaron Hutt.
And we decided to hog tie Trippy Congo and put him back by the wires and all that, and just take over the show for this segment. There's a lot going on in Wilmington, but today we have the pleasure to interview and to talk to some wonderful women. Let me see that smile. Let me see those smiles.
There it is.
There you go. Class of 1971, Wilmington High. Your reunion is coming up, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. So let's go down the line. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Demita Brown, and I am on this is my committee. Not really my committee, but this is the committee for Wilmington High class reunion of 71. And we're having our 45th class reunion at Oliver's Golf Course, November the 5th. And our it's November the 5th from 6 to 11. It's $50 per person, $95 per couple. And we'd like everybody to just show up and have a good time.
Nothing wrong with that. Oh, okay, I got a question. What was it like in 1971 at Wilmington High? That's what I want to talk about. Well, no, we can talk about that, later on. But I was born in 75, right? So what was 71 like?
Oh, okay.
Anyone?
71 was the best.
Okay.
Only because you know why?
Why?
You came out, everybody came out like the real personality, black.
Everything was new for blacks back then, right?
Everything.
The music, the culture,
Afro
the Afro community.
Hot pants.
Oh, there you go. You got to watch her. How'd you do it earlier? The men?
I said, the men was just marvelous, just fine. As fine as they could be.
What was your best? Give me your best memory of 1971 at Wilmington High.
I was a cheerleader.
Oh.
So, 3 years.
Okay.
Cheerleader, football, basketball. So, I'm not saying that was my favorite.
Okay.
But next to my favorite, the other one was drama class.
Okay.
I love drama class.
How about you? Fondest
My
memory.
Yes, my name is Rosetta Richardson Jones. My fondest memory, I love Miss Wagner, our sewing teacher. That was something that I enjoyed doing.
Okay.
That's what was, yes.
Awesome. And I got to give you some crazy love. You curves me. You from Southbridge too. So, what was it like for you? I mean, what was your fondest memory?
Mine was the typing teacher, Miss Miller.
Okay.
Was my typing teacher. She was from Turkish, and that's all she talked about all the time was Turkey. And also was Mr. Morris.
Okay.
He was my business teacher.
Okay.
And he was strict. He had a ruler, remember? He would go around with it and crack you with it, so.
Wow.
I remember those.
You remember that? You're not going to let that
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
He's still looking for him. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
He going now.
How about you?
Okay, my name is Gwendolyn Goodson, and the fond memories I had over Wilmington High, the teachers were, like you said, Mr. Morris. I had, for typing, I had Miss Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, she was really good too. But I'm just telling you, the fine men they had was just awesome there at Wilmington High School.
Hey, Control, can you throw a picture of an old from a guy from 1971? Oh man! So at this reunion's coming up.
Yes.
Are you? What are you? Some people are going to the reunion just to see who changed and who didn't change. Matter of fact, mention this. When was the last reunion you guys had?
5 years.
5 years ago.
5 years. Wow. How was that?
Very nice.
Good.
That was
Very
good.
nice.
Was that? Where was that one at?
Same
Portland,
place.
same place.
Same place. Okay. Awesome. So how many people are you expecting to come to this one? Are
About
you selling outside tickets or just just the
Or just
class reunion?
alumni.
Just alumni.
We'll sell them outside
We'll
tickets,
sell
whoever
outside
wants to come.
Okay, awesome,
Yes.
because everybody loves golf.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Awesome.
And I'm sorry,
No,
but
you good.
I forgot to tell you guys my name.
That's your name. Because I was going to call you cheerleader.
That'd be good too, 'cause I'm, I still do splits. But,
So we got to
my name.
She does.
Show us.
Don't dare me. No, I had the wrong pants. I had the wrong pants. My name is Robin Detweiler
Okay.
Williams, but all my friends call me Mickey.
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 Okay. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure to meet you.
All
Mickey.
right, pleasure here too.
Oh my gosh, 1971.
1971.
So, what, any special guests? Any bands performing, singing? Are you guys gonna get on? You ladies gonna get on the
DJ
mic?
is KG, so we've used him 3 or 4 times.
He's good.
Oh,
Yeah, he's good. He's excellent.
the best.
Yeah, he's gonna bring it all. He's gonna bring it all the way back to what was the #1 song back in 1971? Wasn't it "Black and the Proud"?
No, Gwen, what was that song
No.
you were talking about when we were riding over?
Aretha Franklin. Rock Steady.
Rock
Oh,
Steady.
wow.
Oh, that's my song.
Yeah.
And I'm going to really do the Rock Steady.
Y'all are still.
forward.
You know what's funny? You can see, you can watch, you can see them right, and you can see
can
everyone's
imagine them as-
personality
yeah,
from
you can
back
imagine
there.
yourself
Like,
in one.
oh my God! Is there anything else you'd like to say about the reunion?
I think they've covered it all.
I just
We
like
do have some teachers
that
that
are coming.
is still here that's going to come
Okay.
nice.
to the reunion.
Now let me see. 1971, Wilmington High, right up here. So this area was basically called Ghost Town. Well, back in the day.
G-Town.
Do you remember that G-Town?
Right.
Wow. So was 1971? Was that before DSEG or after DSEG?
That was
After.
after.
So how was that when you were going with that desegregation going on in the school district?
It was good. We had a lot of Caucasians there, mainly them more so than us.
Us, right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I lived on
But,
the east side, and I came from the east side all the way over to Wilmington
And
High
I
School.
lived on the north side, so
Okay. Wow.
used to catch the
Bus,
bus
yeah.
to go there,
Oh,
to go
wow.
to school.
Cause I heard Wilmington High. We used to. That was it. That was the
Yes.
spot to be.
It
That
was.
was.
And they had
The
a smoking
big-
court. And so you
smoking
could
court?
smoke.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait a
Used
minute.
to have-
You could smoke back then?
Yeah.
Like in high school?
Yeah.
In between
Only
classes.
school that had a smoking court.
What else could y'all do?
Ah.
I only want ass. I only want ass. I'm sorry. Can you give us the date and everything again? Because they great go. They gotta take it. So they gotta throw
Take it to
some
another
green
level.
on. They ready to go. She ready to go. Look, she ready to go.
It's November 5th, Saturday, 6 to 11, $50 per person, $95 per couple, at 800 North DuPont Road at Oliver Golf Club, Porky Oliver's.
Awesome. People can call you for information to get the tickets, or is it online?
Sure.
We had the flyer.
We had the flyer. Trippy took our flyer. But wait a minute. Yes.
577-8239 is where they can reach you.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Anything else, ladies?
Oh, yes, I just have one more thing to say for everyone who's going to be attending our 45-year class reunion. Hope everybody comes out, enjoy themselves, have a good time, because in this time in our life, it's time for us to be happy, and long as we're still moving, we need to keep moving while we're still alive, because so many people are leaving this earth,
Right.
and you have to be thankful for still being here.
I know that's right. I know
And
that's
I'll be
right.
right there partying, having a good time.
Well,
Rock
okay.
steady.
With them fine men.
Go like that again.
With
One more
the
time.
fine men.
Okay.
Fine men,
Now-
fine
now-
men.
What was the #1 dance back in 1971? Or your dance? What was your dance? The hustle.
It's really the same thing.
I want to see her do it. I want to see her do it.
Well, you got to come to the class reunion. You see me
I'm gonna
dance,
be
'cause
there. You know what?
You come on.
I'm gonna be there. Me and
Give
Trippy,
them
me
the-
and
give
Congo
them the
Trippy
information.
gonna be there.
Congo Trippy.
All right. Well, ladies, we thank you so much for coming out.
And thanks for
sharing
having
time
us.
and space with us. We hope you had a great time.
Yeah, we did.
One more time on information for the tickets. Tickets are 50
Tickets,
and 95 for a
95
couple.
per couple, yes.
Phone number is 577-8239.
Yes, it is.
And you guys want to be there. 45 years, Wilmington High,
Porky Oliver's.
Porky Oliver's.
Yes.
And excuse me, that is my work number.
We're going to give away 2 tickets?
57. Ooh.
Okay. We're going to give away 2 tickets for Anyone that can tag Trippy Congo right now.
No, Congo Trippy.
Congo Trippy. If you go to Facebook and tag Congo Trippy to his page, we're going to give away 2 free tickets to your reunion. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. We'll be right back with J Street. Say it one more time. J Street.
Mr. Street.
J Street. Welcome back. It's the takeover. Look, we finally let Trippy out, and he was back there moaning and groaning, so Aaron had to go cut the strings on him. But we're back, and Trip. So, who's the special guest we got now, Trip?
Oh, right now we have the one and only. I'm gonna let his coworker introduce him.
And she better not be late to work tomorrow.
Well, it is my pleasure to be on the Congo Trippy Hour and introduce one of my favorite people, one of my mentors, Mr. J Street. And I have the pleasure of working underneath of him and being groomed by him. So thank you for being here this evening.
And before we go to Mr. Street, tell us what it is, how it is working with him, and what have you learned? How long? Just tell us about your work life with Mr. Street.
Well, I've been with Hilltop for about 1.5 years now, and I work mainly in the evening, so working with kids who get off the bus, help with homework help, help organize field trips, help with program organization, parent engagement, that type of thing. So it's always a pleasure to work under somebody who's been there, done that, and then somebody who is not afraid to speak their mind, because I'm very, very straightforward. So when you're underneath of somebody, they kind of teach you that you can still be that way, but how to form it so it doesn't hurt anybody's feelings.
He taught you that?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're talking about the same person.
He does. He's really good at
and not hurting
saying
people's
what he
feelings.
gotta say, but if your feelings are hurt, that's on you.
Okay, that's better.
But that's not
that's
the
a little better.
intention.
I don't know Mr. Street on the level that you know him. I remember back in the day, I know of him, and what I do know of him is that he's a guy that, I'm going to talk third party like he's not here. He's a guy that actually cares about the neighborhood and the community.
And
Definitely the kids.
Yeah.
And it's a couple of politicians, public servants that's out here that really cares. But I have to say, top 3 that I heard about, that I witnessed on the low, that never knew me, was J Street all the way. And I got to say, he is the one that will tell you to your face, and I don't care if it hurts your feelings, if it's right.
No, he cares. But if it hurts your feelings, that's your fault.
That's your fault, right?
Okay.
But that's not the intention.
All day long. I agree.
So do you agree with that, Mr. Street?
Sounds like y'all preparing for my eulogy. I'm trying to get reelected for another term, and y'all preparing my eulogy.
So welcome back to the show, boss.
Well, I'm really happy to be here. And Erin didn't talk about the fact that she came into the center and she organized a group of girls. They started a dance team, dance club. They've been dancing throughout the city. I had the pleasure of watching them perform at 3rd and Clayton at the Guns Down 302 event. And she's a role model and a source of inspiration for those young ladies. And I'm very pleased, and it's consistent with the rest of my staff. I take great pride in putting role models in front of our children. And when you have somebody that's young and gifted and has a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, that's the best example you can put in front of children and say, she's from here, this is what she's done, you can do the exact same thing. So that's just part and parcel to what we do at Hilltop Lutheran Neighborhood Center. And it is Hilltop Lutheran Neighborhood Center. And when I'm at work and I'm with my passion, which is watching kids grow, develop, and be themselves, it's not the same as being a community activist. And I've learned over the last 41 years to be able to differentiate between the roles. It's also a reminder when I leave out that door and I'm getting ready to go on the battlefield, I know who I'm fighting for, what I'm fighting for. And if it's a major battle, I usually go downstairs in the 4-year-old classroom, lay down on the floor read with them, let them crawl on me, beat me up, do whatever it is they want to do. And that prepares me to go into battle because it's about them more often than not, and it's about the future.
Let's talk about that battlefield. I know that's one of your passions is education.
Well, that's one of the primary reasons I'm running for re-election. The fact of the matter is, I've been in the education arena now for 41 years, 10 months, 23 days.
Right.
And, you know, at this point, I've represented thousands of children in suspension and expulsion hearings. I've been successful. I was compelled, actually, by the late Judge Leonard Williams and the late Hicks Anderson, Irv Morris, and other lawyers decided when I was less than 30 that I was going to be the liaison between the lawyers and the Coalition to Save Our Children, and I was going to be at council tables with the lawyers. And I remember we had a coalition meeting, and there was a meeting obviously before the meeting before I got there. And I walked in, and Judge Williams said, "Sit down, son." And I sat down like I was asked to do and said, "We have decided that we're going to appoint you as liaison between the coalition and the lawyers. You're going to work directly with the lawyers and be at council tables with the lawyers." And I said, "Judge, why do I have to do that? I'm not a lawyer." And Judge Williams said, "Well, we're planning for the future, and we see you as being a major part of that future." And then Hicks jumped up, stood over top of me. He told me, "Just shut the such and such up and do what the such and such you're told." And at the time, all I could say was, "Yes, sir."
Right.
I had no idea it was going to last for this long, but we are where we are. You know, successfully, when I was chair of the coalition, we sued the Red Clay School District twice, got a great result. Well, it wasn't a great result, we won, but the harsh fact of the matter is the January 9, 1978 school desegregation order started on September 11th, 1978, and here we are 30-some years later, and the intended beneficiaries have yet to benefit.
Right.
And for the last 15 years, we've been saying that as you resegregated these schools under the Neighborhood School Act, the Choice School Act, and the Charter School Act, you created all these resegregated high poverty schools, and you didn't provide any additional resources.
Right.
And so we've been fighting primarily for a weighted funding formula for high poverty schools and a reduction in the number of school districts in the city of Wilmington. And basically the General Assembly, with the acquiescence of Democratic senators in the Senate, said, "No, we're not going to do it." And we're at a point now, and I told the governor in his office, with the Delaware Black Caucus at the time, I specifically asked him, I said, "Are you willing to support a weighted funding formula for high poverty schools?" He said, "No, not at this time. Right now I'm going to depend on and look to the grant that they had gotten for $125 million, which was Race to the Top." Well, Race to the Top has ultimately turned into a run to the bottom. And we're at a point now, and this is what I told him in his face, and this was about 2010, you as a state are going to spend some money on my children.
Right.
You're either going to spend it on a weighted funding formula for high poverty schools, or you're going to spend it on lawyers. Doesn't make me any difference.
Right.
And with any luck, you have to spend it on both, because if we go into court, when we go into court, I believe we'll prevail, and the state will have to pay our attorney's fees as well. So that's a high priority for me. I have unfinished business. That's one primary reason I'm running for re-election. I don't think the law will compel the state to do the right thing and reduce the number of school districts in the city of Wilmington, but when you go into litigation, you automatically go into negotiation, and when it gets to the point where I think it's a good likelihood that we will prevail, then maybe they'll have a different view and a different attitude. Second, I'm excited like a little kid. You know, I fought for 8 years to get a library in the Route 9 corridor. And finally, it was put in the capital budget in 2008. Tom Gordon, county executive, said, I don't want it to be just a library. I want it to be one of the best libraries in the country. If you go out on Route 9 right now, still's in the air. And, you know, that's going to open sometime next year. And there's special rooms in that library that I want to see come to fruition. There's a Lego room. There's a sensory room for autistic children. There's a bookatarium. Things that we haven't seen on the East Coast before. And I'm real excited to, and I want to be a part of bringing that to fruition. The other is, and I've made it real clear, that area has been underserved for a significant period of time, and I told county council, I told the county executive, as soon as the steel goes in the air for the library, I'm gonna start fighting just as vigorously for a senior high-rise or senior living accommodations in that same area. County executive said, well, hold, you don't have to fight about it. I'm gonna do it. Well, you know, we don't know who's gonna be the county executive at this point. I don't know if it's gonna be a fight or I'm gonna get some help with it. I don't, you know, council knows that's what I want, that's what I'm gonna pursue, so we'll see. More importantly, or I'm not gonna say more importantly, but of equal importance, is the long-term well-being of our city. My county council seat represents half the city of Wilmington. And I'm looking forward, would love to have the opportunity to work with a new city council, the new mayor, and we have got to do whatever we can do politically to reduce violence, reduce crime. And I think as part and parcel to that, we've got to create jobs. And so I'm still on that mission that we've been on over the last couple of years. Was proud to be a sponsor, the sponsor of the idea to create the environmental study to begin to make sure that the environment, we weren't going to hurt the environment if we began to expand the port. And you know, we're looking at the potential 20,000 jobs, probably at a minimum, to bring those in to expand the port, and the beneficiaries there will be residents of the city, residents of the county, residents of the state. But the violence just can't continue.
Right.
And as an activist, politician, whatever you want to call me, I call them as I see them.
Right.
So not a month later, not a year later, 2 days after Jeremy McDowell was shot in the wheelchair, I stepped forward and I penned a letter and asked the U.S. Attorney, both the U.S. Attorney for the country and the U.S. Attorney for the District of Delaware, to convene a federal investigation. I had major problems with that. I had major problems with anything like that. And so when put to task, I stepped forward.
Right.
When the West Center City Daycare Center found it necessary to relocate because of the shootings outside the center, I stepped forward and I challenged the congressional delegation representing this state to do more, to provide additional federal resources to help reduce the violence. Folks were not happy, but here again, I call it like I see it. There's a violence network prevention program, and that's been helpful in finding shooters and obtaining those who are doing the shooting. We're doing a better job with that, but federal authorities, they specialize in gangs, drugs, and guns. So I thought at the time, and I still do, that additional federal resources should be brought in, made available, and utilized to deal with gangs, drugs, and guns. So that's my agenda, and those are just some of the reasons that I'm running for re-election. But I'm running based on my record, and I'm running based on what I want to do. And you know, it's a third-party candidate, and folks are saying, well, you really don't have an opponent. Well, the seat that I represent on county council was a new seat in 2004. It gave us a brand new majority-minority seat. And what I said in 2004 was, if you want somebody who's going to speak up and speak out, I'm your man. And I have done that. And that voice, be it my voice or somebody else's voice, should not be taken from this community. So that's why I'm not taking anything for granted. My campaign manager, Antoine Oakley, I said, well, you know, it doesn't appear as though our opponent is active. And he said, I don't care.
Right.
Okay, you're not going to make me wait for our opponent to surface
Right.
and then have me playing defense. No, we're going to be up and running. So we've got signs up and billboards up at strategic locations throughout the district, both in and out of the city. And I'm not giving you a chance to talk, so ask your question.
My question for you, because some like my following probably don't know J Street, right? And I know that you fight for the underserved communities and neighborhoods and kids out there, especially when it comes to education. Why do you believe that you're the guy to fight that to continually fight that fight if reelected?
Number one, fruit don't fall far from the tree. And my mother was very active in the NAACP, and she was the first African-American president of what was then the Wilmington Homeschool Community Council. And I was taught that to those who are given much, much is required. Mm-hmm. And certainly, I wasn't a model child, and I needed 2 parents with government jobs and community people to see to it that I made it through. So me, more than anybody I know, has a responsibility to give back. Third, I've been successful at it. My career for the last 41 years has been of, for, and about children. Mm-hmm. And so when the Christina School District came through and said, we're going to close 5 schools and we're going to begin to bus all the kids in the city of Wilmington out into the suburbs, Mayor Baker called me. Well, he had the city solicitor call me and say, the mayor says he wants you to help us lead the fight to stop the schools from closing. I said, well, tell the mayor I'm on the phone now to D.C. trying to bring lawyers in. He said, oh, no. The mayor's going to pay for outside counsel. I said, I'll be right there. The city and the lawyers would let me use my experience to help with that fight, and we prevailed. And I have a responsibility to finish what I started. Mm-hmm. We had a Wilmington School District, and the ladies who just left here were products of that Wilmington School District. And I'm not going to be able to leave the arena because of that better than I found it, but I'm not leaving it until we at least get some additional resources, until there's at least a reduction of the number of school districts in the city of Wilmington, and until such time as the city of Wilmington, as a city, has some responsibility, has some control and authority over the educational destiny of its own children. Mm-hmm. Wilmington, Delaware is the only city in the United States of America that as a city has no responsibility, no authority over the educational destiny of its own children. Mm-hmm. It's absurd.
Wow.
You know what, I want to, you have some time? You can stick around, right? You can stick around.
I'm the one trying to get reelected.
All right. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back and do our funeral announcements, but I want to bring...
I'm not on there, right?
Not yet. I got to check. I want to continue the conversation because you touched on a lot, and I want to bring Mr. Magruder on here too, so we can just be part of the conversation. I just want us to talk about community and education and some of the things you talked about. Okay, so you can stick around?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to take a really quick break.
Just don't mention my name on those funeral announcements.
We're going to come back and do our funeral announcements, and then we'll be right back with our conversation.